Well, hello, man cavers. We are back from Strumpshaw. But what did I get while I was there? There's always something, isn't there? Roll the credits. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. So, here we are, man cavers, back from Strumpshaw, back in the shed. No more camper videos for a while, because we're doing this. I've never seen such a cute little set in my life, and I had to have it. I got it off a stall on the rally. It's a stall I've bought off several times before. Let's get a light on. There we go. I bought off this guy several times before, and I said, what's the story on this thing? Ain't got a clue, he says. I got a job of clearing an old boy's shed out that had died, and this was in it. And there were several other bits in it, and you could see by his stall that he'd done a fresh job somewhere. So I had to do a deal on this. Never seen such a small or lightweight little set in all my life. I mean, it's barely as wide as the nameplate. If you want the Speci 4K Sions, there we go. So she's 0.1 kilowatts, so she's 100 watt, 2,800 RPM, look. 0.5 of a horsepower, a continuous rating of 12 volts at 8.35 amps DC. So, look at our little gauge. It tells me, do we need flash or not? No, we don't. Look at the little gauge. It tells me that's a battery charging unit. Isn't this lovely? All the buttons have got a lovely defined feel, so I can't help thinking that'll work. Switch got a lovely feel. Now then, if anybody can tell me what this plug is called, I would really like to get an original plug what fitted in there. Well, obviously you connect to your battery. If not, I'm going to have to just jam some wires in and see how it goes. But it would be nice to keep that original plug, not have to take it off. But I'd really like the bit that go in or over or however it fits. There's the fitting. So if any of you guys know what this is, I don't know. And if you want some scale as to how big it is, let's get the stick on here. It is. Let's come around here. Look what we got. Well, it's about 2 inch, look. You're upside down, but yeah, it's about 2 inch to the outside of that. Or if you technical guys want that in new money, about what to the outside? About 50 mil. Something like that. It's about 50 mil across there, 2 inch. So yeah, if anybody know what the plug is, let me know. Because I would really like to get hold of one. And that would be very interesting. So, but here it is. The engine is a Jap JS34, so it's not a Model 0. It is a JS34 because that's got the plug straight out of the top. The Model 0, I believe, had the plug out of the side. So I think this is a JS34. 34cc 2-stroke. Yes, it's the same engine as this little one here we did the other day. Do you remember? Same engine, just sit upright. And there we go. Let's have a look around this side. What we got under here? We have the nameplate. Jap London. There we go. We do have an original sticker on there, which I do quite like. What is it? Another Swan set. I shall have to get one of them made up because we're going to go restoration on this. So I think what we're going to do is, well, I think the first thing, I have pulled it over. It's got great compression. I think the best thing we can do is check for a spark. So let me get you set up and we'll see if this thing got a spark. Back in a minute. So here we go, you're set up. Let us take the spark off. Now this looks to me like that's a black colour. It don't look particularly army green. It virtually looks like matte black wherever I look. Now, I did notice that this plug socket was actually tied on the side. Now, I'm thinking, is this the original plug socket that come with the engine? And I'll tell you for why I'm asking that. Let me get her untied. There we go. For a start, the patina matches the frame perfectly. The age and the patina, the rust look. But if you look on there, there's also traces of black paint. There. And inside there. See in there, there's like traces of the same colour paint. But again, in here. There's all traces of this colour paint on this. So I'm wondering if this is original. So what we're going to do, we're going to open it with the original socket. Cool. She was a bit tight. So let's buzz this plug out and see if we've got a spark. Well, the old plug actually looks very good. Very good indeed. I would say this engine is probably a runner. Right. Can you see that spark? Can you see that spark plug? Let's give her a tug over. So press to stop. So I'm assuming that's just on. I'm going to put the generator on. Absolutely nothing there. Right, so we haven't got a spark. Right, is there a kill wire? There is. We come round here. There is a kill wire here. Go from the box to here to kill the engine. Let's unplug that and that'll bypass any off switch in here which might be stuck. So now there should be a kill wire disconnected. If it's going to have a spark, it'll be now. Whoops, oh, recoil's dry. Nothing there. Let's try a new plug, just in case. Which plug do I need? One with a knob. Right, here we go. Let's try this new one I got here. Just in case that's that plug faulty. No, no spark. Right, I think what we've got to do, start stripping this engine off, I think. Because I'm going to do a total sort of restoration on this. What I was thinking was, this is aluminium. That paint is just flaking straight off there. Instead of repainting this, all this is aluminium. Instead of repainting this engine cover, why don't we take all the paint off and leave this exposed aluminium? Do you know what I mean? So have the engine and the generator sort of just, not polished aluminium, that's too fake, but just exposed aluminium, and just have the control box and the petrol tank painted. What did you think about that idea? That was just a little thought. Right, this fuel line looks original, but it's hard as a carp, and I don't particularly want to break that, so I think I'm going to undo at that end, and then that can come off with the tank. Then we can unscrew it out of the tank. Yeah. Let me get a spanner. See if we've got a spanner what will fit. See if we've got a spanner what will fit on that end. So man cavers, after several, well, about half an hour of trying to make a puller up, I thought I could perhaps use this arrangement, what came out of it. I thought, I wonder, because these are the right screws, I put this nut on top there, put that on tried tightening these down, it actually started to crack the aluminium casing, and them screws with this big driver, they felt like they were starting to pull the threads in this flywheel, and I thought, nope, I do not want to go stripping threads in this flywheel. What I managed to do is flick the little case over, flick the catch over, and slide the little case over one side, which I think is probably how you're meant to do it. Because I don't particularly want to go pulling this flywheel if I don't have to. But it's given me now excess to get to these points. Oh my word, look at the crap come off them points already. Look, one little bit and there's crap on them points. So I think this could well be a gain while we have no spark. We'll give these points a good clean. Cut this dirty end off. So we've got a nice clean bit of sandpaper. Come in here again. We're in. And we'll just file these points up. Oh, compressor is on. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just pushing the points open with that screwdriver and getting them in there. There we go. Let's turn our bit of paper around and give it a fresh bit. Snip the end off so we've got a bit, another fresh bit of clean paper. We're still getting quite a bit of white fur off these points, so there you go. We're still getting quite a bit of white fur off these points. So I have a sneaky feeling we're going to be alright once we've cleaned them up again. There we go. Oh, not quite enough. I want another little bit. There, you've seen me do this 100 times, don't you, clean points up with a nail file. Right, I think what we can be doing is open them points and just blow them off, just to make sure there's no grit in there. Now I've got to try and slide across again all this stuff what I got out. There was a little metal cover and a cardboard gasket. Ah, the little cardboard sticks on there. Right. Oh, I see. You can. Yeah. You can slide that little points cover over. There you go. We can hold that. Get another screwdriver and just slide. There you go. Slide that. There you go. That cover's all back on. Perfect. Have we left that kill wire unplugged? We have. I'm not sure this HT lead is 100%, you know. I'm going to just chop the end off that. because that had all furred up. So let's re-screw our plug cap on that lead. Now we've got a new bit of lead. Come on. So I don't particularly want to replace that HT lead because again it looks original. Right, we've got a new bite on that. Let's get a plug in there. Let's see if we've got anything. We might not. Can you see? Can you see that plug up there or not? Ah! Aha! Yay! I did see. Oh, look at that! Yep, we got a good blue spark. Look at that! Did you see that? Yes, we have a blue spark. A couple of spins just to re-energize things, and we have a spark again. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now then, for shits and giggles, this has got good compression, but shall we just, for the sake of the 3 bolts, shall we just buzz the head off this? There you go. Shall we just buzz the head off this and see what that's like? We did on the last one. I mean, that's only 3 bolts, and that's weird that that other Jap 2A I done, I mean 2A, that other Jap 0 I done, didn't have a head gasket. We've got to remember that the posted nut goes near the flywheel. Look. Cool. Yeah, we had a posted nut which went near the flywheel. That would be quite interesting to see exactly what this piston's like. Hope you can see from my fat arms. There we go. So a posted nut near the flywheel. And remember which orientation the head come off. There we go. There we go. There's all the lock nuts. Right, there is the top of our, there is the inside of our head. Don't that look remarkably clean? I mean, there's some crud in there where that's been sitting a long time. We'll blow all that out. What's the piston like? Slightly carbonated, but I have seen a heck of a lot worse. I have seen a lot worse. Just get a little brass brush on there. There we go. Look at that. A little brass brush. That piston's come up there as good as new. Look. Like that. Excellent. I'm feeling in the ball. Absolutely no ridge. No scoring. And again, no head gasket. It's just interference fit. And that's how that other JS34 was, the little red one. So that must be how they are. Of course, it hasn't been run a long time. Before I start doing too much flicking over, we'll give her a little bit of lubrication to give her the best chance. I will give her a little squirt of oil in here. There we go. Just to line that cylinder. There we go. I just want to line that cylinder. Just so we've got a little bit of lubrication. Right, let's get our cleanest dirty cloth. Give all them head studs a wipe. So much. There's a little bit of play in that piston, but I'm not going to worry too much because she's got good compression. And remember, if this hasn't been ran for donkey's years, them rings might be a little bit seized, so we'll just give her a little. I'm sure once she get running and she expand and contract a couple of times, if you wonder why I'm blowing them studs out, simply because I just had oil down there and I didn't want to risk. I didn't want to risk oil being in the stud and then causing it to sort of hydrolock, because believe me, that can happen. You've got oil or water down a stud hole, especially if that's not a through hole. You can quite easily screw a nut back in there or a bolt, and then it'll basically act like a hydraulic ram, and then you end up cracking the casing. So it always pays, if you've got holes that you're not sure if they're through holes, blow them out. Because the last thing you want is for your nut to start hydrolocking. There we go. There we go. I think we need to just tighten these up now. Not many ooga doogas. I think that'll do. That'll do. Right, now we can give them a final tighten. Oh, come on off there. That'll do. That'll do. Hang on, have I got the right size socket here? No, I hadn't. I didn't have the right size socket on them. There you go. There you go. Well, you little swine. Wow, that socket's got stuck on there. Here we go. There we go. I'm only doing these up with a quarter drive. If you start using 3/8 or even half inch, you're more than likely to give yourself a lot of trouble by having it. Yeah, give yourself a lot of trouble by having it sort of, what do you call it? Over tightened and then stripping things out. So what are we going to do now? I think now we can be getting the carb off. Oh, they even make it so you can spin it and get to that bolt. Look. Let's give this carb a clean and take him off. He's off. Right, I think we can be putting this back for a little while. That is absolutely lovely, that. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. Right, before I start sanding, I just want to put the plug in, so I don't want crap going down that plug hole. There we go. Let's just see if we can give this a wire brush. I wonder how easy all this paint will come off this engine block. Very easily, look. See, that paint don't hardly stick to that aluminium. Look at that. That paint's not even sticking to that aluminium. Look. Look at that. So I don't think we're going to bother painting this. Not the engine side of it anyhow. I think we're going to leave it aluminium. What do you guys reckon? Leave it alloy? Let's get a bit of a heavier brush on the bottom there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah, that crankcase has come perfectly clean now. Perfect. There we go. All the aluminium. What is this? All the aluminium is coming off all of this casing. Look at that. They ain't holding on any of that casing. Look. Look at that. It's all coming off. Isn't that marvellous? Right, I think for now, shall we take this whole lot out of this frame? I've kind of left it in because that's easier to work on things that way, isn't it? It's definitely easier to work on things when that is all held in. I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to start this up before the restoration, because I know now it's got a spark and it's got compression. That paint has just come off. Now we know it's got spark and a compression, it will run. I guarantee it. So I think we can clean our work area up just a little. It's all coming off there. We actually revealed a serial number on this engine now. Yeah, we've actually revealed a serial number on the engine. Aha! JS34, it says on there, look. So it's JS34U 5616312. So it is a JS34, so now we know exactly. Cool, we've got compression, yeah. Now we know exactly what model this is. For sure, it is a JS34. Excellent stuff. Right, I don't know, but I think we might call this video a day now. Or shall we? Shall we just pop the end off this generator set? Just for curiosity. Yeah, this video is 45 minutes now, so we've made a good start, but I think we will just pop this end off right quick and see what's going on. So what screws actually hold this on there? This I have yet to decipher. Right. And will these screws come out? Right, now I don't know if this screw has bolted something on the inside, or whether it is actually holding it on. I think this one will be holding the cover on. Yeah, I think this other screw might be holding a component on the inside, because that's just turning. So let's get these ones out, and then see which ones on the front got to come out. Right. Oh yeah, we're definitely off at the top there. See that? We're definitely unscrewed at the top. There's one on the back here. There's one actually missing out the bottom that side. So let's get this one out of here. You can't see it, but it's there. And I think if you take these off, then this back cover lifts out by the look of it. It does look. There we go. So that is all what's in the back. Oh yeah, that screw I was undoing, it's just turning this. That screw I was trying to undo just go through to this bolt here. Don't that look extremely clean in there? Can you see that? Can you see how clean all these components look like? So again, I don't think I'm going to disturb any of that. No, I don't think I'm going to disturb any of that. Wiring looks brilliant. It really does look good. Right, that really does look good. So I think I'm going to test that switch. Whoops, where are you? That stop-start switch was on there. I will just test that, just to make sure that's working. So we'll get our multimeter onto, continuity mode. So when we push the button, hopefully we will get, how do I get on there? Oh, there's a terminal there, one there. I've got to try and wedge this in somehow and see if we've got continuity. There you go. Yep, we push our button and we've got continuity. So we know this stop button's working to kill the engine. Let's just try this rocker switch. Ah, there you go. So we know the switches are working. If you're watching, Vince, this is about my limit of what I know to do with a multimeter. Measure voltage and measure continuity. And here we go. So we know these buttons are working and this switch is working. Everything else in there looks absolutely fine. Oh, and fuses haven't been out for a long time. Let's check continuity on these fuses as well, while we've got the meter out. Right, let's see if we've got continuity on these fuses. That one, yep. Yep. So them fuses are alright as well. This is looking most excellent. Now I really want to paint this, but I'm so reluctant to take all of these components off the front here, because that would probably mean stripping all this box out. But I think to do it properly, I could leave all the wiring intact. Yeah, I could actually leave all the wiring intact and do this, and just take everything out properly. Yeah, we might have to just do that, I think. But I would like this to look nice. What sort of jobs are going to be to get all these switches and gauges out of there? Tiny little nuts and bolts, look. Absolutely minuscule. It's either that or I've got to sand this down and really carefully paint round them, which might actually be a much easier way. What are them screws there for? Right, I think these screws here hold the generator. I think they actually hold that plate to the generator. Let's have a look. Be interesting to see what's under there on it. It's obviously just a shaft drive to the generator. Do these ones have to come out? Or do they go straight through and hold the generator to the engine? I do not know. Whoops, a daisy. I guess we'll see, won't we? There we go. Ah, right, okay. So you don't need to take them out because they hold. Aha! Right there. Ah, right. There's the end of our generator, look. There you go, there's the end of our generator. And doesn't that look good in there? That's a wire pack, look. See that? Wire pack. Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? And there we go. Wire pack. And that looks very, very clean. So I'm wondering if I upset the apple cart and take all this off, or leave it well alone. What's this wire here? What's not connected to anything? Look, we have a wire. Whoops, we have a wire here that's not connected to nothing. Is that meant to be connected to one of these? Come on, there we go. Yeah, is this wire meant to be connected to one of them? Because it's just sitting there. Where would this most likely go, guys? Do you reckon that went onto the middle there? You can't see, can you? Right, this red wire was just sitting down there on the body. Don't seem like it was connected to anything. Now there's solder on it, so it's meant to be on something. There's a blue, a yellow, whoops. There's a blue, a yellow and a red wire. Where did this red wire go? The only place on here was solder is these two, which is the yellow and the blue wire. So where did this red one go to? It's got to go somewhere, hasn't it? Help me out, guys. Where did this red wire go? Surely that's not just soldered to the body of the thing, look, because that was sort of touching the body of it. Surely that's not meant to be earthed, is it? I have no clue. I really have no clue. Let me get you down so you can actually have a closer look. Some of you guys might... Come on, focus camera, focus. There we go. Some of you guys might know exactly how this is working. So tell me where the red wire goes, look, which is this one, just not connected to nothing. We have a blue and a yellow, which look like, this is the yellow one, isn't it? Let's get my little pointy screwdriver. The yellow one is here, coming into this thing. This blue one appears green and also comes into this thing. Ah, that red wire is round the back there, look. So these two come into this winding here, it seems, and the red one where's that red one go? Does that go in the winding as well? Would there be 3 phases on this winding? Right. I have no clue about generators. Where's this red wire go? Or is it meant to be earthed on here? Because it was sitting behind these 2 wires. You can see where it was nipped. And it was just sitting there. A bit like it was soldered to that body. Let's look at the mark on the back. It's flat, so that solder is flat on the back there. And it appeared like it was soldered on there, but would that go on that body or would that just short out? Right, drop it in the comments where this should go. Hang on. What's going on up here? We've got a nut off up here, look. We have a red wire here, which seems to have been nipped. Look at this. What's all going on here? This is exciting, isn't it? We got red wires, which are like trapped here, look. Nearly cut through. Although I think they are making some form of connection. I think someone's been in here, you know, and done something. Because there's no way that nut should be missing off there. So I think I've got to find a nut to go back on there. All these appear tight. Where this red wire goes, though, I have no clue. We've got a red wire which is soldered on the top of this. Is that resistor? Ballast resistor? Oh, I don't know. Regulator? I have no clue what none of this stuff is. But I definitely need to get a wire, a nut back on that wire. But we need to know where this red wire goes. If any of you guys can help, or do it just join on here with this yellow one on whatever these are, suppressors, anti-interference suppressors. I have no clue. I really don't. But we've got a wire coming around the back here. This is the kill for the engine. I know what that one is. That's the kill for the engine, look. That just comes up here onto the back of this. So that'll just short the engine and kill that. So we know what that green one is. It's what all this malarkey is. I have no clue. But there we go. Right, we are going to leave this video here. It's getting well long enough. So we'll get this posted up. And hopefully you guys can let me know where this red wire goes. What is actually behind here? Ah, these 4 screws here will obviously unbolt all of this. So this whole piece here comes off. I'm guessing that's through onto these bolts. We'll have a look, won't we? Anyhow, we're going to call this a day for now. Cool, that flash is on. Like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. And hopefully someone will have told me where this red wire goes. Right, bye-bye for now. Ha-ha!